Hello everyone, my name is Manolis Finorilakis, the founder and creator of RealityCrowdTV, and I have the pleasure to be here tonight with Alex Feldman, the CEO and founder of Crowds Unite, and the host of tonight's New York City Crowdfunding Meetup group. Thank you so much, Alex, for joining us.
Sure, it's my pleasure.
Great, and Alex, I'd like to start with a little bit about what Crowds Unite is all about, and I'd also like you to tell us also about what the New York City Crowdfunding Meetup group is all about.
Sure. So I started Crowds Unite in October 2012 as a way to differentiate all different crowdfunding platforms and help the businesses figure out what's the best site to raise money online. Right now, it's the largest reward-based crowdfunding website in the whole world. I have the most reviews from any other, about Kickstarter, Indiegogo. So if businesses want to figure out which site is best for them, I want them to first come to my site and learn about different types of funding, and then lead them to the best site for their businesses. As I was building the site, I got a lot of connections with a lot of different crowdfunding platforms. So I decided to launch a networking event in New York City to bring the community of crowdfunding people in one location so they can talk and learn from each other, promote the whole industry, as well as educate businesses about the whole crowdfunding process. And that's how this networking evolved. And right now, I run it every month. And today is actually our largest event with 150 people.
I mean, and we're really, really grateful to you for allowing us to even have our actual interviews going on here. So we're eternally grateful for you. And so to get back to your Crowds Unite, so if someone is looking to crowdfund and they're wondering, let's say they're an author, for instance, can they type in specific search criteria and then based on that criteria, they could be routed to the best site for them? Is that how your site works?
Similar. So basically, you can think of it as like a Yelp site where you can filter down just for the criteria that you specify, and then you can sort it based on the reviews or monthly visitors. So for example, let's take the example of authors. You can actually say, hey, I'm an individual, I'm in the United States, and my category, you can specify writing, and it'll list only those crowdfunding platforms which specialize it. And if you search by reviews, but if you sort it, probably PubSlash, which is actually one of the speakers say, will come up first on the list because they have amazing reviews and they do a much better job for authors than larger generic sites do.
Interesting. And so based on what pops up for that individual, they can personally say, I had a good experience, I had a bad experience. So it is kind of a rating system, would you say, as well? Does it rate, or do individuals who use those platforms perform individual reviews? How does that work?
So basically, after people run their campaign on those reviews, I invite them to my site to actually rate their experience. And right now, there's 3 criteria of the rating. They rate on funding from strangers, customer support, and ease of use of website. So every single platform is rated on those 3 sites. So which is really important because sometimes the smallest site can actually have much better customer support than a larger generic site. And I think that could be a really differentiation point for a lot of businesses is this customer support aspect.
That's very interesting, and Alex, you're unique because not only are you creating a service provider, so to speak, for the industry, providing the value of the reviews, you also have your New York City crowdfunding meetup, but I believe you have some sort of crowdfunding experience yourself. Is that correct?
Actually, I'm crowdfunding right now for myself. I'm using a website called Upstart, which allows accredited investors to invest directly in me, and what they get back is a percentage of my future earnings. So it's a new concept that came out, I believe, last year. It's very new, and it sounds interesting to me, and also I wanted to learn more about crowdfunding and doing it myself, so I can actually teach other people, kind of eat my own dog food, you can say.
Wow, great. So not only are you helping the industry grow through your entrepreneurial endeavor, but your endeavor is being crowdfunded itself, so you know what it takes, and you know the rigor that campaigns happen, and that's a unique perspective because you have the expert knowledge, but now you have the practical knowledge. So what is the hardest part about crowdfunding, would you say?
I think a lot of people don't realize how difficult it could be because a lot of people think, hey, I build a campaign and people will just give me money. It doesn't work that way. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of time to build a campaign and also to reach a lot of people because the whole point of crowdfunding is reaching the crowd. So it's about reaching hundreds of thousands of people out there for them to give you money directly. You're not going to one bank or one VC. you go into hundreds of people out there. So it's really good for some businesses which already deal with crowds, local communities, restaurants, or it could be like or donations, nonprofit out there. But it's not a solution for all the businesses, and that's when I teach people out there is this is one, kind of thing you can have in the back for funding, with the other traditional funding like banks and venture capitalists. But it doesn't mean it's a solution for all your problems. It's good for some businesses, not good for others.
Very good. That's sound advice. That's great. And yeah, I mean, again, we're very grateful to be here tonight. Is there any parting words that actually? Do you have a website that you could share with us so that people can check out your websites?
Sure. Well, my website that I run is called crowdsunite.com, and the meetup is called New York City Crowdfunding Networking Meetup.
And that's on Meetup.com. They could search for that?
That's Meetup.com, yes.
Perfect. And if someone wants to invest in your Upstart profile, your crowdfunding campaign, how can they do that?
Sure. If you're an accredited investor, you can go to Upstart.com and search for my name, Alex Feldman.
Great. And an accredited investor is someone who makes over $200,000 a year or is worth $1 million in net worth. So, if I was an accredited investor, I'd invest in you.
Yeah, well, thanks.
So great. Well, thank you all very much, and you all have a wonderful night. Thank you.
Thank you.